Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Shri Radhe, Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe, Jagannath Swami Nayan Pathgami, Nayan Pathgami bhav tumhe, Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Jagannatha, Baladeva Jaya Subhadramaya, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Gaura Hari Bol. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivacharya Sutra Satyashri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Chandaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki, ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki, प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधारा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की, श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की, वृंदावन धाम की, मथुरा धाम की, नवदीप धाम की, श्री जगन्नाथ स्वामी की, यमुना माई की, श्रीमती तुलसी देवी की, सामवेद भक्त वृंद की, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदी. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutale Srimati Bir Krishna Goswami Niti Namne Namo Hamsa Nikashaya Prabhupada Priyayate Shuddhikdash Dinishthapem Tasya Vakyanavadane. Good morning. Hare Krishna to everyone. So welcome to this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. We are reading from Canto 4, Chapter 17, which is titled Maharaj Prithu Becomes Angry at the Earth. And we are reading from texts 10 to 11. I was assuming it will be 9, but it is 10 to 11. So also welcome to our online viewers who are watching us on Mayapur TV, on Sydney channel. We are going live. And also welcome to those of us who are following on ISKCON Sydney YouTube and Facebook. So there are many viewers out there as well. So this morning again, Canto 4, Chapter 17, text 10 to 11. So, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devam Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nasta Prayashu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Okay. So there are two lots of verses. The board might not be so clear, so if you have a phone, that might be a bit better. Excuse me. Vayam rajanja tharena vitaptaha Yathagnina kotarastena vrikshaha Tvamadhyayataha sharanam sharanyam Yasadhito vrittikaraha patirnaha Tanno bhavani hatoratavenanam Shuddhartitanam naradeva deva Yavananakshyamaha uchito jaha Vartapatistvam kila lokapalaha Vayam rajanja tharena bhitaptaha Yathagnina kotarastena vrikshaha Tvamadhyayataha sharanam sharanyam Yasadhito vrittikaraha patirnaha Tanno bhavani hatoratavenanam Shuddhartitanam naradeva deva Yavannakshyamaha uchihitorjaha Vartapatistvam kila lokapalaha Vayam rajanja tharena bhitaptaha Yathagnina kotarastena vrikshaha Tvamadhyayata sharanam sharanyam Yasadhito vrittikaraha patirnaha तन्नो भवानी हतोरातवेननम् शुद्धार्तितानां नरदेवदेवा यावान्नक्षामः उजिः तोर्जः वार्तापतिस्त्वं किल लोकपालः. Okay, so one each, one lady, one Prabhu. Vayam rajaja tharena bitaptaha yathagmina kotarastena vrikshaha tvam adyayata sharanam sharanyam yasadito tikaraha patirnaha तन्नो भवानी हतोरातवेननम् शुद्धार्तितानां नरदेवदेवा यावन्नक्षां महा उचितोजः वार्तापतिस्त्वं किल लोकपालः. याथाग्निना कोटरास्तेन वृक्षः त्वम् आद्ययाथा शरणं शरण्यं यासादितो वृत्तिकरः पतिर्नः तन्नो भवानी हतोरातवेननम् शुद्धार्तितानां नरदेवदेवा यावन्नक्ष्यां मम तुजितोर्जा वार्तापतिस्त्वं किल लोक. Ladies, Vayam rajanja tharena vitaptaha yathagmina kotarastena vrikshaha tvam adyayata sharanam sharanyam तन्नो भवानी हतोरातवेननम् शुद्धार्तितानां नरदेवदेवा तोर्जः यावन्नक्षाम उचितोर्जः वार्तापतिस्त्वं किल लोकपालः. Okay, thank you. Vayam, we, Rajan, O King, Jatharena, by the fire of hunger, Abhitaptaha, very much aggrieved, Yatha, just as, Agnina, by the fire, Kotarasthena, in the hollow of a tree, Vriksha, trees, Tvam, unto you, Adya, today, Yatha, we have come. Sharanam, shelter. Sharanyam, worth taking shelter of. Ya, who. Saditaha, appointed. Vrittikaraha, one who gives employment. Patihi, master. Na, our. Tat, therefore. Na, to us. Bhavan, your majesty. Ihatu, please try. Ratave, to give. Annam, food grains. Shuddha, with hunger. Arditanam, suffering. Naradeva Deva, O Supreme Master of all kings. Yavat, na, lest. Nan kshamahe, we will perish. Ujhitaha, being bereft of. Urjaha, food grains. Varta, of occupational engagements. Patihi, bestower. Tvam, you. Kila, indeed. Lokapalaha, the protector of the citizens. So, the translation for today's shlok by His Grace, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, we'll say it together. Dear King, just as a tree with a fire burning in the hollow of the trunk gradually dries up, we are drying up due to the fire of hunger in our stomachs. You are the protector of surrendered souls, and you have been appointed to give employment to us. Therefore, we have all come to you for protection. You are not only a king, but the incarnation of God as well. Indeed, you are the king of all kings. You can give us all kinds of occupational engagements, for you are the master of our livelihood. Therefore, O King of all kings, please arrange to satisfy our hunger by the proper distribution of food grains. Please take care of us, lest we soon die for want of food. Wow. Okay, purport. It is the duty of the king to see that everyone in the social order, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, is fully employed in the state. Just as it is the duty of Brahmanas to elect a proper king, it is the duty of the king to see that all Varnas, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, are fully engaged in their respective occupational duties. It is here indicated that although the people were allowed to perform their duties, they were still unemployed. Who's unemployed here at the moment? There might be some, right? Although they were not lazy, they still could not produce sufficient food to satisfy their hunger. When the people are perplexed in this way, they should approach the head of the government. And the president or the king should take immediate action to mitigate the distress of the people. That's a very, very trying and troubled, difficult situation these citizens are facing. So very quickly, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, so this is a very troubled situation. the citizens in this kingdom are facing. And lucky for them, very lucky for them, King Prithu came along, who is the son of King Vena. Now his father, King Vena, was killed by the Brahmins with a mantra. Now why Vena was killed was because he was a very evil person. King Vena's father had given up all hope of his son ever being good. So he ran away to the forest and left his evil son to be the king. And his King Vena was so bad, he used to kill people just like that. So he was a bad king. So what had happened while in his rule, King Vena's rule, all the earth dried up, all the grains were gone, and because Mother Earth was very, very distressed with the evil king. So the Brahmins were also distressed, and so the Brahmins decided to kill Vena because he was an evil king. And in those days, they didn't have to take a knife or anything, or a gun, or these days it's bioviruses or what is it called? Bio something, to kill lots of citizens in a country. So you go in a lab and you manufacture coronavirus in Wuhan, and then spread it all over the world and kill people. And then tell people that somebody ate a bat and spread the virus and blame it on somebody totally innocent or somebody non-existent. And then fool the people in the world. And right now there is another virus caught in Wuhan. It's something similar to corona. And they're also blaming a child for eating a bat again and expecting people to believe it yet again. So this is the day and age where that's how people are killed, viruses or guns or poison or whatever. Brahmins in those days, they didn't have to do those things. They would just simply have to chant a mantra. And Brahman had the rights to do that. So who's a Brahmin over here? Did you know you have the right to kill? No, you don't. You don't have the right to kill. But in those days, in Vedic times, so they chanted a mantra, kill Vena, then put him in some sort of a incubation and then cloned him. You know cloning? Just like Dolly the sheep was cloned from another sheep. They produced another sheep. So Vena was also cloned. His body was churned. They call it churning, but cloning. And then from there, Maharaj Prithu was born, and also his queen. So two. And Maharaj Prithu was none other than the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, Krishna. And he came because the kingdom was suffering. So the people have come to King Prithu, to say that we are hungry. And it is the duty of the king to employ us. So, who's the Prime Minister of Australia? Come on. Elbow. Right? And it was what Scott Morrison before ScoMo. So we've got Elbow. So he's the Prime Minister. It's his job. It's his job to give you a job. It was King Maharaj Prithu's job to give the citizens a job. So they've come to remind him. And in those days, they were able to approach the king and ask for a job. And the Brahmins encouraged that. Now, will you be able to go to Elbow and say, I need a job? So that's what's happened. So unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, you have made the mistake of being born in Kali Yuga. And this is what's going to happen to you. So the bottom line is, don't be born in Kali Yuga. Last night I was having a conversation, serious conversation, Vedic conversation, with another lady devotee. And she was saying, I'm going to come back in next life, it looks like. Very confidently, because of whatever personal reasons. And I said, that's not possible, you should not want to come back. That is what I'm asking you as well. Don't come back in Kali Yuga. You're going to have ScoMo, Elbow, Trump's sidekick. What's his name? Elon Musk. So you will have this, it's Kali Yuga. So don't do that. So I was telling this lady, please don't do that. But she said, no, there is no chance of me going back to Godhead because it is written in the Shastras, only 1% or 5% of human populations can make it back to Godhead. I have no chance. So she was feeling very discouraged that I will not be in the 5% or 1%. If you are sitting for examination in school, just like now, or going to, having a performance review at work, will you make it to the top 100%? I made it to 95% just recently in my performance review at work. I'm proud of that because I didn't really achieve such a thing before in my life. But whole thing is that would you be able to achieve the 5% for moksha, liberation? So this lady was saying, and I said, no, Krishna has written in the Bhagavad Gita, at the time of death, if you take his name, you will reach him. So if you are dying, coronavirus, shaking, and you go, Krishna, 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 he will take you. And she said, but no, and this is argument, but no, murderers and all kinds of criminals are there. I don't like this Bhagavad Gita shlok where it says you say Krishna's name and you will go. After, murdering somebody or criminals and things. So I said, my response was, the murderer and the criminal at the time of death is very impure. His thoughts will not go on Krishna. Who knows his thoughts? So it's always a good idea to keep thinking of Krishna. How do you keep thinking of Krishna? Is you keep chanting. Do the kirtan. Always kirtan. If you can't chant the Hare Krishna on your beads, at least sing. So if you are saying Krishna, Krishna, Krishna all the time, and the test is, tonight you go and make sure you have a bad dream. Go and sleep and make sure you have a bad dream. I know you can't do that. But in the bad dream, you can't wake up. And the bad dream's happening and happening and happening, and you can't wake up. You're shaking yourself, you can't wake up. And somebody is killing you in the dream, for example. Will you remember to call Krishna, is my answer. If yes, then you are on the right track. If you are calling something else, or saying, oh, I'm dying, or kill this person, or, run away, then obviously you have not called Krishna. So that's the test. Tonight, go have a bad dream and see if you can say Hare Krishna in your dream. If you have made it to Hare Krishna in your dream, then the chances are at the death you will call Krishna. The other experience I had, personal experience, is always traveling in the car with my Guru Maharaj. We were returning from a program and going to another program with some other disciples in the car. So the car was full of disciples, devotees, and the driver was also a devotee. And there was a gap on the road, so he decided to speed up. Unfortunately, another car came. So he had to brake, and the car was going at top speed. So he braked. And so we were all jolted in the car. There was a little girl beside me, and her shoes flew in two different directions. Poor little thing. And that's how, forceful the brake was. So at that time of braking, what would you call out? Yes. So I had a very bona fide Guru Maharaj. He said, Hare Krishna, very, very loudly. He was chanting as well. So that was his reaction. He said, Hare Krishna, very loudly. Good. I also said something, but it was not Hare Krishna. Guess what it was? Actually, it was good. I called out the names of my deities. Radhe Shyam. So I said, Radhe Shyam. So, but what will you say? There are some other very 4-letter words too you could come up with. So that is the spontaneous reaction. So at the time of death, so I was trying to convince this Mataji, please don't worry. You have been calling Krishna all your life, you will call Krishna. The murderer has been killing some murderous people, whoever has been murdering, or are lusty people who are calling some woman's names or some man's names, they will call out their name. They won't make it. So the whole point is, chant Hare Krishna and be devoted. So in this case, these citizens, they were starving. And they came to none other than Krishna for help. So if you are in a starving situation, best bet, what's your best choice? Go to Krishna. Come to the deities. You might think, oh, the deities are just, what? They are just stone? They're inanimate objects? No, they have a life. These deities particularly are really great. Did you know? I've been here for a few years now, coming since 2000. And the time that I came before, I was cooking for Gopinath full time. Do you know what? At that time, not that it was due to my cooking, obviously I'm not taking credit, but Gopinath was round. He was fat. This is a statue, or you might think he's a statue, but he's not. At that time, his face was really round. I have got pictures to prove it. It's there. His face was, yeah, he's there. He's round. Right now, he's in a very medium situation, so he's pretty healthy looking. So maybe he's being fed healthy food stuff. So he's not, what I'm trying to say is he's not a statue. He's quite alive. You can go and tell him your problems. You can go and tell him, I'm hungry. So in this case, the denizens came to Prithu Maharaj. He's an incarnation of Lord Vishnu. We are hungry. Please feed us. So you will see in the later shlokas in the next few weeks what Maharaj Prithu does. He was actually, as the title says, he becomes angry at earth, Mother Earth. Why are you starving these people? They are my devotees, my bhaktas. So he gets really mad. So at the moment, Mother Earth is also angry. Did you know that? Yeah. There's fire everywhere, there's tsunamis, there's tidal wave. Recently, there was a tidal wave somewhere. People died. Hurricanes, there's a hurricane coming in Fiji at the moment right now. The weather is crazy. It's really cold or really hot. And when we had the Prayagraj Kumbh Mela, the Triveni was there. And I was told Saraswati, because there are three, right? Saraswati, Ganga and Yamuna. 3 rivers, Triveni, meeting at that one spot. Saraswati is not there. She's gone underground. Riva Saraswati has gone underground. So I went there. So they said, yeah, you can dip here and take her name. So Kali Yuga is advancing. And Kali Yuga is advancing so much that next life, if you happen to come again, lots of things won't be there. Yeah. It'll disappear. It's actually a very sad situation right now. I mean, we are all happy right now. We've had a really Zabardast Kirtan. That means a very fired up Kirtan. Or something, you know. Or we've had Gopinath's Darshan. We are ecstatic. But outside, Kali Yuga is in a very bad situation. Say 25 years ago, there was a class, or 20 years ago. I'd say close to 22 years ago. Tamal Krishna Maharaj, His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj, is no longer on this planet, but he gave a class. And in that class, he was talking about Kali Yuga. And he said, you sit there and you think of something bad. I know you're not supposed to. Here is Mataji telling you have a bad dream, think of something bad. But whatever bad thing you can think of right now, it's happening somewhere, he said, 22 years ago. The worst thing you can think of, it's happening. All of it is happening. That's Kali Yuga. So, what are we to do? We'll get the hell out of here first. But take some people along with you. Please don't go alone. So, I'm trying very hard to have kirtans, get people to chant. I'm trying hard to do a Harinam outside. Manly Beach, Manly Center. People don't want to show up, or they do show up, but they become so much in demand that people call them everywhere else, and I'm left there standing alone. But they're doing some good service somewhere else, obviously. But it is that you have to try to spread the holy name as much as possible. If you can't do that, give somebody a book. Go book distribution. Because you're going to go to Krishna, take a few other people with you, because Kali Yuga is not going to be really good. People are going to suffer like anything. And this election, because we are talking about kings, right? Kings in the Vedic system, they observe the Varnashram system. You know, there's a Kshatriya, there's Shudra, Vaishya. They all get their employment. their part in the kingdom. But in Kali Yuga, no such thing. In Kali Yuga, everyone is Shudra. And in democracy, we vote for the best Shudra. That's what we do. So Trump has been, he's been elected by a whole bunch of Shudras. Why did they vote for him? Well, the social media had pulled them. Social media, which is financed by Musk. What's his name? Musk. Yeah, Musk. Another businessman. I'm not just pointing at one. But and he bought Twitter. I think it's called X. So they use this social media to sway the opinion of the citizens who are just like sheep. You tell them, that's good. They'll say, yeah, let's go there. All of them will go there. That's good. They'll be shown money. They'll say, okay, he's a businessman. You'll have money. What did Elon Musk do? The first thing he did was he laid off 2,000 people, and he's still laying them off, and he is cutting down funds. People who with disabilities and things, no more money. So what he did was, the people who voted for him, he took their money, he took their jobs. So that is the Kali Yuga. And that's what's going to happen in Australia as well. There's one Trump look-alike right now. He wants to do that in election. He says a businessman with somebody with money should rule the country. And citizens will be swayed by social media. Social media is not just Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. It is also TV and newspapers. It's all media. So the businessman will finance it and sway the public with false promises and false stories. And people will believe it, and they will elect the richer guy because they'll think they'll get money. What they don't know is their money will go to the richer person to make them even richer than they were, because they're in the parliament to make more money. So that's Kali Yuga, and that's election. It's not democracy. Prabhupada used to call it democracy. It's not real democracy, it is representative democracy. It represents the best interests of the people and the business. So that's the king-like situation in Kali Yuga. It's not Vedic. So if, say, I think there was Tulsi Gabbard there, but she did not vote, did not put herself up for presidency, but she was a devotee, Tulsi, a Hare Krishna devotee. But nobody would have voted for her because she's Vedic. She did not display money, and she did not have the social media behind her, the businessman behind her. So not necessarily will be Australian elections. You will vote for a Vedic person. If I were to go up and stand there for presidency, nobody will vote for me. So what the money does she have? She only knows Krishna. I'm just giving example. Not that I will ever go into politics, but that's the situation of Kali Yuga. And people are suffering, and they will suffer more and more. Right now, lots of people don't have money to buy food. And so that's what's happening in the Vedic time, Maharaj Prithu. So you need a king like Maharaj Prithu. You will not get a king like that in this Kali Yuga. At the moment, we have been done away with kings and queens in Europe. They used to be. So I think Denmark and obviously UK, London, they've got king there, monarch. And they're there just for title, obviously, and they do a few things, but they don't do anything for the citizens. In return, like how much do you think it takes to operate a Buckingham Palace? Every month, how much? So many millions, right? Where's the money coming from? From the citizens. So whenever people think of kings and queens, they start getting angry. They don't want a king or a queen, because they have to pay for them for their lifestyle. Yeah. So that's Kali Yuga. So my point is, chant Hare Krishna, get out of here, don't take another birth, and don't lose hope like the lady yesterday. She said, I'm not going to come. I'm not going to go back to Godhead. If you have taken shelter with Srila Prabhupada, with Gopinath, if you are chanting Hare Krishna, if you are calling Krishna, if a sudden accident happens and you go Radhe Shyam or you go Hare Krishna, there is a chance you'll make it. you'll make it, right? There's a chance you'll make it. But you've got to take association of devotees. You've got to chant Hare Krishna. You've got to stay away from murderers and criminals and do those nasty things. If you do those things, you'll never remember Krishna at the time of death. So that is my message for this morning. Is there any question or comments? The things I wanted to say, I couldn't. I brought my iPad specially to give you 2 stories of Krishna. Didn't have time, so sorry about that. Comments, questions? Oh, Lord Shiva, he's my favorite. Lord Shiva is not a Jiva soul. So we are Jivas, right? And he's not actually Vishnu Tattva either. Vishnu is Lord Krishna, Vishnu Tattva. So he's in a category of his own. He's Shiva Tattva. In the form of Shambhu, which is the highest, and then he expands. He's also Rudra. And he's also Lord Shiva. So he's the husband of Durga. His wife's name is Durga, and she has many forms as well. And so Shivratri is a special day which all of Shiva devotees pray to Lord Shiva. It's his appearance day. It's Father's Day. Well, I consider Lord Shiva as a father. And Durga Devi is our mother. Actually, Lord Shiva and Durga Devi, they're both our parents. Because they are parents of this universe. So they are your parents too. So it's Father's Day yesterday. And in Fiji, in ISKCON, they do the worship there for Lord Shiva. They observe. In ISKCON Sydney, they don't. But there are other temples which do. So as a Hare Krishna devotee, what should you do? So I will tell you what I did. I might be crucified for it because I'm a Hare Krishna devotee and Brahmin initiated. But just because I'm Brahmin initiated, I believe Lord Krishna is God. I do not believe Lord Shiva is God, of course. Lord Shiva is not God. He is close to God. He is an expansion of God, but he's not God. But he certainly has about 60 qualities, right? Is it 60 qualities? Yeah. 64 is Krishna. So he's got some less, but he's very close. So what did I do? I took 1008 names of Lord Shiva on that day, Wednesday. And devotees are not really recommended to worship the Shiva Linga, but you can worship or at least acknowledge or offer respects to Lord Shiva because he is in meditation and he is chanting on Rudraksha beads. What is he chanting on? Yeah, God, not himself. He's not God. So he's showing you that he's not God. He is in meditation, he's calling Lord Vishnu, Lord Ram, Lord Krishna. He's begging Radharani. Do you know? He's begging Radharani. Tell Shama Sundar to give me one sideways glance so I may be liberated, so that my life is successful. He's written many compositions. Kripa Kataksha, that's my favorite bhajan, kirtan, everybody's. It's Radharani, telling Radharani, I want darshan of Lord Sham Sundar. So you can also go pray to Lord Shiva, say, please give us this bhakti. Give us this, inspire us, motivate us, bless us, so that we can go close to Krishna. Because that's exactly what he's doing. So I took 1008 names of Lord Shiva. And actually, I had a little Shivlinga because we know it's not recommended, but since you have it, my home in Fiji has got a Shivlinga because my parents and my family, they worship. We're not born Hare Krishnas. So there's a Belva Vriksha, the bell tree. And there's a Shivling there, and there's a little temple. There's like a little temple, and there's water dripping all the time. Shivlinga needs water to stay cool because he's taken the poison. And he's very angry sometimes, so he needs Ganga to cool him down. So obviously if we've got that, and I've been born with that, I'm not going to forget that. I've become a Hare Krishna devotee as a blessing of Lord Shiva. And you can too. And it's a very good way to come to Krishna. 100%. So Shivratri is the day, it's the Lord Shiva gives blessings in discount. So a little bit of water goes a long way. So if you put give him a little bit of water on that day, you can get triple the blessings that you normally get, or many times. So hopefully I got some blessings last night. I don't know. My god sisters and brothers think that I shouldn't get any more blessings. I've been blessed enough. Enough blessings for you. Let somebody else get it. But that's just a joke. But the thing is, you can worship on Shivaratri to Lord Shiva and Parvati Devi, his wife, or Durga Devi, his wife, for bhakti and to remove obstacles in your bhakti for Lord Krishna, devotion, service to Lord Krishna. And the good thing about Lord Shiva is that he is very easily pleased. His name is Ashutosh. Ashutosh. That's another name of Lord Shiva, Ashutosh. He is easily pleased, so pleased that he can give you whatever you want. So today go and say, I want a Ferrari. You'll get it. Actually, did you know Lord Shiva's devotees are very rich and Lord Krishna's devotees are very poor? There's a big long story about that. Lord Shiva gives money to all his devotees deliberately. Why? Because it keeps them out of his hair. He'll say, okay, you want what you want, I'll give it to you, just stay out of my way, don't bother me, I'll chant on my Rudraksha beads. So you want money, you take it and stay out of my way, don't bother me, go away. But he's also very easily pleased. He gave boon to Ravan. His devotees are people like Ravan and Hiranyakashipu. These were all Lord Shiva's devotees. So if you are really fallen, if you inside your heart you think you are Ravan, go to Lord Shiva. He'll fix you up. So he blesses alike. He does not distinguish. So, and Lord Krishna's devotees are poor because if you become Brahmins are cursed by Lakshmi Devi. Lakshmi Devi cursed Brahmins because of Bhrigu Muni. Bhrigu Muni went and, kicked the chest of Lord Vishnu to see if he was God. You can't go to God and test him, are you God? So that was very stupid thing he did. And unfortunately. So then Lakshmi Devi said, you kicked my husband. Go, be Nirdhan, without any wealth. All Brahmins, you be Nirdhan. So thanks to Bhrigu Muni, we Brahmins are very poor. We should thank him. So actually it keeps us humble. So that's the difference between Shiva devotees and Lord Krishna devotees. So Sudama, actually I brought Sudama's story. I was going to tell you, but Sudama today. But Krishna worshipped him, put him on an asan, incense, chamar. Lakshmi Devi was sitting there doing chamar. This poor Sudam, who was a friend of Lord Krishna, very, very poor. His children were starving. You could see his ribs and bones sticking out. Very dirty, small clothes. Very poor condition. But Krishna treated him like God in his palace. Krishna was in Dwarka at that time. So Krishna looks at bhakti. And there is another story in Krishna book. There is a king and a Brahmin, poor Brahmin. Krishna goes to visit there. That was the other story I was going to tell you. I'll summarize it. Krishna went to see them and they were both good bhakts. So he expended himself because they invited Krishna for dinner along with all the rishis and sages. So Krishna had to say yes to both of them. He divided himself into two. He went to the king's house, he went to the Brahmin's house. And his associates also went there. They also expanded. And there the king was giving him all kinds of yummy stuff. Paneers. What is yummy stuff? Pizzas. Pizza, barfi, laddu, what is it? Kheer. All the nice opulent things I don't know. And the poor Brahman was just rice and dal maybe, some water. But Krishna accepted them both. And he looked at their bhakti as both equal. Read the Krishna book. It's in chapter 81 or 82. I think 81. Read it. You will see. So it doesn't matter if you are poor or you are rich. Krishna looks at you as equal. Why? Because in the Bhagavad Gita he said, you offer to me with love what? What can you offer to Krishna with love? Water, leaf, fruit, flower, he will accept. So the Brahman was giving him dal and rice, he accepted. The king was giving him very opulent things, he accepted with love, obviously. So it doesn't look at the level of bhakti he considered equal. Equal. So if you are sweeping his floor or you are the temple president, equal. Krishna's eyes, you are equal. So don't ever think you will not make it to Godhead. You can't make it to 5%, top 5%, or you don't have enough money. You just give him water. So Lord Shiva is also pleased with just a little bit of water. And he'll give you your blessings. Of course, the blessings of Lord Shiva is very, there's a price to it. He will say, okay, I bless you, you go to Krishna. Good. So what's the price? Detachment, lose your wealth, lose your loving family, lose your Ferrari, lose your high-powered job, and you are totally in Krishna's shelter. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. No job, no Ferrari, no husband, no wife, no kids. Yeah, so it's kind of difficult, but you'll make it. That's the point. So thank you for listening. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam Puran ki jai.